Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and this is challenge number 27 for Anything But a Card challenge vlog, and the theme is called Hit the Books. You can alter a book, you can make a bookmark, you can make a book cover, you can alter a book. You can use book pages like I did for your project. You can do anything you want as long as it's not a card. What I did for my project is I grungified Pretty Prima paper. Say that 3 times. Or Tim Holtz meets Prima. Now, I was looking through this Prima journal that I got from a friend in a really nice rack, and I was looking through my Prima dolls that I made, and if you look at my previous videos, you can see all the ones that I did. And and I stamped, if you haven't seen that video yet, I stamped all the Prima dolls on dictionary paper, and for her I used Tim Holtz's travel stack, and this was the one with the ATCs and the strips of paper, and I used the strips, and yes, I know this is upside down. So in case I get comments on that, I know that it's upside down. So I was going through my dolls to see which one would work with this journal, and if you've seen those dolls, they're bright, and there's like some Tim Holtz ones too, Tim Holtz papers, but they're bright and retro-y. And if you see these papers in here, they're vintagey and pretty and shabby, and if you know my style, that's not me. So I picked this one to go with because I thought this page, it has a gray damask on there. I don't know if you can really tell with the lighting and stuff, and I apologize. The window's open and the sun's going down. So I picked that one because it went well with her, and then I grungified the background. What I did was I took this Harlequin stencil, and I laid it over different parts of the page, and I used Tim Holtz Distress Stain in Faded Jean, and I even flipped it over to get some of the ink off of it, and I heat set that, and then I took this digital spray, held the digital spray, which I emptied into a bigger spray bottle, and I added water to that. But anyway, I didn't want to throw this out because it's still a good sprayer. So I took my watered down wicker white craft paint, and I put a little bit of it in here, and then I added a little bit more water to it so it wouldn't totally ruin my sprayer, because then I would be very sad. So once I did that, I sprayed some drips off of that with the white, and then I heat set that, and then I used my two of my new spanking new Viva Las Vegas stamps. I used the coffee ring stamp with the walnut stain distress ink pad, and I did spritz it a little bit with water because I wanted it to drip a little bit, and I think I did it with this one and that one. I left this guy alone. And then I used the recycled heart with the Faded Jean Distress ink pad. You can see right there. And then I glued her to the page with this glue install. I just glued it, I didn't seal it, from Ranger, just because it was right in front of me. And I have about 4 other bottles that I bought at Michael's when I was exiting. So I figured I should use it so I can use the other ones. Or I should say, since I had other ones to spare. Now, and then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the sentiment, and then I didn't want to stamp. Well, I could have. I was thinking stamp and then stamp it on book paper, but that would be stupid and not make sense. And so I thought I would use text from a book. So I pulled down the Winnie the Pooh book, and I pulled down the Disney book with all the stories, the Golden Books collection that I have been tearing apart. And I opened it. Well, not really opened it because it's no longer in the book covers. But anyway, I looked through the pages and I got to the Alice in Wonderland, and I read, "Do you know where Wonderland is?" And I'm like, okay, I'll use that. So I cut it out. And first I was only going to use the "Do you know where Wonderland is?" and leave it at that, but I forgot to cut this one out, the "it" out of that line, and also that it thought it will look not pleasing to the eye with only 2 lines. So then I decided to add the next sentence, which is, "It is the place where you visit in your dreams, the strange and wondrous place where nothing is as it seems." So I cut those apart, making sure there was like an odd number, which is pleasing to the eye, and I glued that with glossy accents. And I had a heck of a time trying to get the glue out of it. I kept putting I use a safety pin, a little one, and I kept putting that thing in, and it would not. I finally had to cut a little bit off of the bottle, and even then it didn't work. But finally it did. So there you go. So like I always do, I'll put the link to Anything But the Card Challenge blog in the description below, and I hope you play along. Thanks for watching.